The information I will be presenting in this video will be referring specifically to a phenomenon known as the harvest season. Some of the material in this video is my own discernment and quest for source truth, while other information has come from the winner of this game. When I say the winner of this game, I mean the person that has recently beaten this 3D virtual simulation game for all source players. You see, we are inside a 3D virtual simulation system called the Beast System Quantum Computer. When you eat the animals in this game, you carry something called the Mark of the Beast. Those carrying this mark when the harvest begins will be hunted and culled over an 11-year period, after which there will be a golden age on Earth, in which all the low-frequency flesh eaters and soulless ones will have been removed. You see, in this game there are two main types of player: the source players and the matrix players, or soulless ones. Source players have a connection to themselves outside all the matrixes. Matrix players are only able to exist inside the matrix. They are computer-driven, flesh and blood algorithms. By eating the animals, you are in the lowest frequency range there is in this game, and you also give consent to be treated as a beast yourself and harvested by the Matrix Demiurge, along with all the Matrix players and soulless ones. But not before a lot of fear has been created inside you during the harvest. You see, at this very moment, your real physical body is hooked up to a quantum computer or beast system in the primary physical matrix, what some would term as the spirit world. And when you experience fear in this matrix, massive amounts of chemicals are released in your real physical body, which is hooked up to the beast system. This body is then cut up and sold during the harvest. In much the same way, we kill animals, cut them up and sell them here. Fear makes this product far more appealing to the buyers in the physical realm. What will this harvest look like? The harvest will look like to you as an alien invasion. Religious people will think it's the rapture, but I'm afraid the rapture is, and always was in reality, the harvest season. Regardless whether you believe in Jesus, Lucifer, Muhammad, or the Tooth Fairy, if you are carrying the mark of the beast, once the harvest has begun, you will be harvested by the Matrix Demiurge. As above, so below. Hollywood has been showing you this in many different ways over the years in something called soft disclosure. In films like War of the Worlds, Cloverfield, Skyline, 28 Days Later, The Colony, The Crazies, Independence Day, Alien vs Predator, Quarantine, Resident Evil, Terminator, The Matrix, so on and so on. But time is now quickly running out. Keep in mind the Matrix will do everything it can to trip you up in your game and keep you in the low frequency ranges so it can harvest you. This is why it pushes meat in your face in all the adverts, and TV programs like X Factor put you in judgment of others. This is low frequency rubbish. However implausible this may sound to you, science is just now coming into the realization that reality is actually made up of binary code, ones and zeros. The same ones and zeros that make up your browser on your computer. The harvest culling has happened many times before in the past. It is why civilizations disappear without a trace, and the harvest is scripted for the near future and will happen in the coming years in the lower frequency timelines. Use the remaining time you have left wisely. You need to get yourself and your family out of the low frequency ranges by stopping eating flesh immediately. Frequency ranges 3D and 4D will be harvested. You need to be in frequency range 5D, which means you need to stop eating dead flesh, or you will become dead flesh yourself. The technology already exists in a viral pathogen to turn you into a zombie overnight. This is a fact. And while ever you carry on eating dead flesh, your consciousness cannot shift out of animalistic mode. When you eat the animals, you are literally as a beast. Do the work necessary to get out the low frequencies, or your fate is sealed. You need to be in frequency range 5D, where none of the harvesting will be taking place. Realize, every time you put dead flesh into your body, you are using up massive amounts of your life force. We are experiencing multi-layered timesheets of reality, which means we are moving through infinite identical parallel dimensions. Within each dimension there are 11 frequency planes. When you raise your frequency, you literally perceive and experience a different reality from the people in the lower frequencies. Do not be fooled and think the universe is full of love, angels and daffodils. Because if you buy into love and angels, you also have to buy into demons and hate. It is just good cop, bad cop, rubbish from the Matrix. You need to remain neutral and get a good source connection. Duality only exists inside this matrix. Emotions only exist inside this matrix. The universe only exists inside this matrix. There is no universe. There is no spoon. The universe is no more real than Lara Croft or the Mario Brothers. Outside of this program, we are completely neutral as source. That was the whole reason we came into this game in the first place, to experience emotions. Emotions do not exist outside the matrix. All matter is a fluid, a superfluid, which is flowing like a stream constantly, changing from one thing to another. But it seems static to us because we are vibrating so slowly. With a strong source connection, it is possible for anybody to get this same information for themselves. It does require a strong desire to see past the illusion, very strong willpower, and a good strong source connection, in order that you can see past the lies of the matrix. When you stop eating dead flesh, it takes 30 days to connect back to your source self. Then you can start to see past the illusion. We all know deep inside ourselves we are capable of doing this. I just went a step further and did it. When you start to understand how this game is set up, you can start to free yourself from it. But you literally have to forget everything you think you know. That goes for the Galactic Federation, Jesus, the devil, aliens, other planets, flat Earth, round Earth. All of these things are matrix programming, and all of these things only exist inside the matrix. The only question is, can you let them all go? There is no Earth. There is no spoon. We are in an advanced holographic suite. You have to understand, you are the only real thing in this illusion. In reality, there is no external world. Everything you perceive as the external world is really inside yourself. Outside all the matrices, there is something called Source. This is what we consider to be the divine source of all. But inside this program, inside this matrix, you are subject to the rules of this program. The entities that have looked after this Saturn system for a very long time now require their payment. That payment is you. Or to put it more accurately, the payment is the body of the flesh eaters that is hooked up to the beast system, as well as being harvested in this matrix also. You will have been harvested by your own consent by eating the animals in this simulation game. Eating the animals makes you as a beast yourself, and you will be treated as a beast when the harvest occurs in the coming years. As above, so below. All I have done to get this information is raise my frequency by not eating dead flesh, and got rid of attachments to this world. Not eating the animals is the one rule you cannot break in this game. It will mean instant disqualification for you and harvesting. You need to realize, when you put meat into your body, you are using up massive amounts of your life force, and that energy goes straight to the matrix. The same goes for religion, orgasms, alcohol, drugs, unforgiveness, and judgment. It is just the way this game is set up. You will notice with people that eat a lot of meat, have a lot of orgasms, and drink a lot of alcohol, they always tend to look old and haggard. This is because orgasms delete your life force. So does alcohol. Life force energy is literally consciousness. Energy beats everything.